Alright, so we're gonna finish the entire mid-course saga. This will be my last video in this series, so stay tuned for some regular content, some new content, I should say. So, um, we're gonna talk about basically how things wrap up. Sorry, I haven't made a video in 3 months. I'm really busy, and the whole coronavirus thing has me busy with stuff. Anyway, guys, so be me, 15. I'm dealing with this whole shenanigans again, so it's gonna be so we got left off when I bumped into my old mate from elementary school. Actually, weirdest place we could have possibly met, but it was like the movie Elf, like Sarah, Sergey. Again, using a fake name for this or that, because I gotta protect her identity, gotta protect my identity. You know the whole drill. So it was some of the weirdest thing bumping into her because of all the places I could have bumped into her. She was in that honor company thing. Don't know what honor company is? It's my previous video, but here's a recap. Basically, after you graduate the challenge camp, you have a choice to go to their honor company. It's a little bit more lax on the rules, but it's still about character building and whatever. And so she's doing that, and it was so weird bumping into her. That was straight up weird. So it was weird talking to her for the first time in, I'm gonna say, a good 6 or 7 years at that point. I mean, we were friends in like third or fourth grade, so it was really weird seeing her. And I went to a different school after that because the school I went to really sucked. But it was weird, to be honest. Apparently, she was a party animal, party girl. She wasn't really a pothead like I thought she would be. But I'm like, oh, what are you here for? Like, I like to party, I like to smoke weed, and that's why I'm here. And other reasons. So she's like, alright, I never smoked weed, but she didn't admit to. I'm assuming she did. But that was totally weird. And, so that's where we were having our cookies. So at that point, it was after our sexual education about abstinence and calling me a faggot. That was nice. And so, we was eating some cookies. They were passing out milk. I don't drink milk because milk's nasty. And so I was just watching like some more videos on drug education and, like what you're doing is bad and some more scared straight shit. And it was a little bit more lax, and we were given a choice to either go to bed early or practice your wise saying. So I'm like, bitch, we probably went to bed like at 2 o'clock in the morning, but that time we probably got to go to bed like at midnight or something normal. So I went to bed. Of course, restless night. The mattresses are really thin, like a rubbery, plasticky feel to it, and you have your sleeping bag. Of course, the temperatures turn way down to 50 something, so it's cold as fuck in there. And I kind of woke up a few times throughout the night. Again, I can't really sleep well in those situations. I'm gonna say around maybe at the latest at 5 a.m., probably around 5 to 4:30, I'm assuming. So that's what my mom told me afterwards. So, it was, we wake up running around the gym, working hard after, the rock climbing incident. If I didn't touch on the rock, I did touch on the rock climbing incident, but it was just running around the gym. It's a pretty big, area. When we were done, we probably around 8 when sunrise. So sunrise around 7 a.m. So we had like breakfast. Of course, me being like not hungry as shit. He said, "Oh, you're gonna need some protein." So I'm like, whatever. I'll eat the sausage. It's greasy as hell. Again, I can't really eat very greasy foods because my stomach doesn't like it. Yeah, so that was fun afterwards. Thank you, Crohn's disease. And it was more, you know, rigorous exercises, really, really tired and stuff afterwards. And we had to do something called ambush. So I'm gonna say around 10 a.m. And I was talking to that kid Keegan. We call him Keegan because I don't know his name. Seems like a total Keegan. And Keegan's like, "Yo, when we like go home, it's like Sunday." He's like, probably around 3 or 4 o'clock, probably. And I'm like, all right, bet. And he's got that massive ass backpack on him. I feel bad for that kid, to be honest. He's such a Keegan. Reminds me of this kid from middle school. Total weirdo. Anyway, I think he was there because he disrespects his parents or whatever. He's probably around like fifth or sixth or seventh grade. He was young as hell. And so we're doing our shit. We're walking down this hill. So the ambush is a couple hour long obstacle course. Again, cold as hell. So we're walking over there and we see the wall. This isn't the wall from last time. This wall is bigger, but we didn't have enough time to do it since we were running short on time. I guess because we overslept or something. I don't remember. And so we start crab walking down the hill. The hill's at a pretty steep incline, I gotta say. Crawling down, and then we gotta run, and then we have to go through all these obstacle courses, running through these trails, all these crazy courses, wire walks, monkey bars, calling up more walls. It's basically a military style obstacle course. I remember seeing what was it, a Business Insider thing into how the Marines and Army train. Very similar to it, just with minors. So, it was just all that. And that one really cool kid I was talking to, who was a stoner too, we were just chilling. They broke his arm. Not joking. They quote unquote was an accident, but I seen it happen firsthand. They hurt that kid. He got to go home a day early. Lucky for him. So here we are doing this massive obstacle course. We had to like basically Tarzan swing from the it's like Tarzan. If you didn't grow up in a G-rated household, you had to swing across this frozen river, but in the middle of it was still going. It's a little creek. Eventually we cross it, still going. There's a massive farm tractor, and it's got to weigh at least 100 kilograms, and it's also frozen to the ground, and it's big. So it took us forever to get that thing moving, but finally we get it moving, and they're just yelling at us like, "Bitch, gotta keep moving, gotta move, gotta move." I'm like, it's frozen. How do you think I'm supposed to move something that's frozen to the ground? So that was just epic to do that, and to put it lightly, we finally got it moving. We're rolling that tire. Now we didn't really roll the tire. We had to go flip it, flip it, flip it, flip it. What's the most inefficient way to move a freaking tire? You're supposed to flip it, then you roll it, but we weren't allowed to do that. And it was just pretty intense. After that, we were walking. We got to go to the shower room. Usually they give us cold showers after ambush, but since it's like negative 15 outside, Celsius, of course, so it's probably around no, it's negative 15 degrees Fahrenheit, so negative 30 degrees Celsius for all you metric users, including myself. So it was pretty, actually really nice to have a hot shower for once in 46 hours. You had one, it was like 2 to 3 minute shower. Eventually, got all that grease and grime off, but I'm never completely clean. And still, we keep chugging along. Go to the chapel, doing that wood. We gotta go on a piece of wood. And we had to move by our birthday and stuff like that. How old we are and stuff. So I'm in the high area of it, and guy asked about a career. Now, my dream job at the time was to be a manufacturing technician over at the Intel Corporation. And if you don't know what it is, it's developing, it's repairing the machines that make silicon wafers. I will have a clip of a semiconductor fab in there just to get an idea what it is, because you guys are probably all potheads like myself. You don't know this shit. And that's my dream, is to be in technology and stuff like that. So I explained what it is. Guy has no idea what it is. Well, I said, well, it's basically making a silicon chip at each transistor the size of about 30 atoms. I think we're talking with Dave, the former cop. Karen is, if you don't know who Karen is she's like that when she's a younger bitch. She's probably, she's a rednecky type of girl, I'm going to say. Definitely an asshole. Um, Probably a lesbian if she is. I don't know why she's working there. Such an LG. No, she's not a lesbian. She's the one who called me faggot. Wish she was, because if she was gay, she would probably be really cool, like myself. But after that, um, guys, so we sit around with Quinn. Quinn's like, all right, all of you guys passed. You get a little certificate. You get a free T-shirt. You get to go to Honor Company. They keep pushing it down our throats about Honor Company, and I don't want to do Honor Company. Do I really want to go back to that place? The place is homophobic as hell. I actually am lost. I actually failed. You're supposed to have a 6 or higher. I think I got like a 5.5 or something. I don't remember. But I totally bombed that. Probably because I got beat up the first 2 times. One for speaking Belaruskaya, and the other for not complying and probably swearing in Russian because those people are cunts. I'm not going to swear in a foreign language. But me being me, I totally failed that. So I'm really depressed. I know I'm gonna have to go back, but turns out I don't have to go back since my parents are actually not assholes. So we go back to do our formations in front of our parents, or clapping, yay, yay. 5 minutes go by. My mom, my dad, myself, chit chatting with Quinn, and they're like, yeah, he failed. Well, we would recommend you to go back to the camp. My mom's like, okay, and you can join Honor Company. I can really see your son being a very good member of Honor Company. That's what Quinn said. Probably the nicest thing ever, but I know he's just trying to get me to go back to it. And I'm like, hell no, that's not going to happen. So, I just went in the car, and after that, I'm actually crying myself in the car. I'm just like so depressed, and I'm sober and depressed. So my dad actually went in there. I was talking to my dad and my brother. He just shut the fuck up because he doesn't want to be involved with this stuff. He usually doesn't shut up, but he does this time. And my dad and I were talking like, Dad, I can't do this anymore. And like, well, seeing this doesn't. I don't think this is good for you, but I think it taught you a lesson on not to get stolen booze with your mates. I'm like, hey, I didn't know it was stolen. I didn't like the idea when I heard it was stolen. I didn't know it was stolen. I thought he just had a really good fake ID, or he had a plug, a guy who got. I thought he just used his weed plug to get him alcohol. And like, no, no, he stole it. I'm like, yeah, I knew that later on it, and I didn't knew I was here because of it. Thank you, and I wish you guys told me that ahead of time so I know I'm going in there because the entire time I was confused why I was there. I thought it was just like the party and smoke weed. And at the time, I used to smoke some ciggies. That's before I learned that vaping was more healthier for you. And I thought because my dad didn't like me smoking weed and stuff. But we were going in the car and we went to McDonald's. And I got a chicken sandwich there. Buttermilk crispy chicken sandwich. They just released it at McDonald's. It's good. I mean, you don't have Chick-fil-A in Michigan, but where I live now, we have Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is so much better. Anyway, ate that sandwich. Never seen me eat faster in my life. And I'm like, Sergey, never seen you eat that fast. I'm like, well, Dad, I eat fast. Because I haven't eaten during this entire time because the food they serve is like, cheap ass public school lunches. So I didn't eat that because it looks nasty as hell. I'm like, all right, I get you. You don't like that crap, but all right. Drive home. I sit in my hot tub. Yes, I'm privileged and I have a hot tub. Every Russian family should have a hot tub. One thing we're missing is a sauna and some birch. But it's more Russian culture right there. But sitting in the hot tub for about a good hour. My back is hurting. I couldn't get out of the hot tub, so I had to have my dad help me get out. That's when you realize that what happened to me was really fucked up because I couldn't even get out of the hot tub, and that's usually easy for me. I lay down. I go to bed. I'm in so much pain. I couldn't get out of my bed, but at least I had like a secret stash that I kept in the floorboards. So I had floorboards and a little area that where the wood was being put in, where they put in the wood. You can kind of there's a little bit of the grain goes with the grain. So this little secret hideout in between the baseboards and the floorboards. Pull out my weed, pull out my bowl. I smoke it up. It's probably like 9 a.m. For some reason, I got up really early before anyone really got up. So I go outside, smoke a bowl. I'm baked after about 3 or 4 bowls, and because I don't really have a tolerance at the time, went in the hot tub again. My pain disappeared because weed helps me with my Crohn's disease and my back pain, which I do have permanent back pain now, and my nerves are damaged. My mom said lay off his back because I have a birth defect to my back, and it's not very severe birth defect like you see on TV, like those really bad birth defects or kids who are disabled because of it. I'm completely able-bodied. It's just I'm more susceptible to back injury and nerve injury as I get older, which is not a big deal. Some people go through this through their entire life. It's called spina bifida occulta. It's not like you're debilitated. Occulta means acute syndrome, and it's people go out through their entire lives without knowing it until they get an X-ray. Well, I had problems with it, like back pain, a lot of issues I had. I don't want to go into grave detail. But after that, my back was injured really bad. I had another X-ray on it, and it was really bad. It wasn't like broken, but it was damaged, and some of the nerves were damaged. So I have to really be careful on what I do when I get older. And I also have a difficulty urinating. I mean, I can't pee when I want to pee, and that really freaking sucks. I don't want to get into that, but so at the end of the day, my mom needed to go to the Apple store, or she needed to go to the Apple store to get her phone fixed. So you got a new battery in her phone, and we were driving over there. She got her new battery because Apple had that lawsuit thing about their batteries slowing down all their iPhones. And I think she had like the 6, I think. But then again, no, her phone wasn't working because her Wi-Fi wasn't working on her board. She couldn't pick up Wi-Fi because it had a damage in the chip, so she got a new phone. And we went to Panera Bread, and we get that delicious green goddess salad. I'm just chilling, first good meal in a while. And my mom's like, "Well, I want to go to the food bazaar, which is a Russian market. We get borscht, pimiel, tabliet, pierogi, like Polish, Russian, Belarusian, Eastern Slav dishes." And I'm like, "All right, that sounds awesome." She needed to help me get out of my seat at Panera Bread. And this is when she saw the severity on what happened. And she's like, we were in the car. I'm like, I'm never taking you there again. You're not coming back in 2 weeks. I'm going to cancel the appointment. And she got on her phone. And the people on the phone, she had on speakerphone. She's like, oh, yeah, I really want your son to come back. I'm like, no, he doesn't legally have to. It's not like it's a probation thing. I'm not putting him in there. I had to help him out of his seat at Panera Bread in a crowded area. He is in pain. And like, oh no, that's how it always is. He's probably just faking. Like, no, my son is not. And he has back problems. And I told you to lay off his back and you didn't listen to me. Fuck you, mid course. She actually said that to him. And I'm like, ma'am, I don't think you should be disrespecting us. Like, you're your son. I'm like, no, my son and I are settled. This is my mom said. She was really pissed at them. Then you go to the food bazaar. We get some non-alcoholic kvass, which is it's usually a very very light alcoholic beverage, but since I live in America and it's 21 for some reason, everywhere else in the world is 18. But we eventually I get some kvass. Kvass tastes like light beer, very very light beer. It's made from black bread. It's made from fermented black bread and juniper, which is it's interesting. It's a very interesting combination. You gotta have an acquired taste to enjoy the taste of kvass. And I'll just chill out, eat some pierogies and some pimiel, some borscht, lots of good Slav food we had for dinner. And that's the end of this saga. That's like that was a recovery. The recovery was long, but I had severe depression issues. I almost took my life twice. Once freshman year, a couple months afterwards of it. I didn't go to a mental hospital for some reason. I have no idea why. I my teacher saw I was suicidal, so I had to go to a shrink, and I basically just lied to the shrink because every person who told me mental hospitals suck and you should avoid them at all costs. So that's what I did. I basically lied to the shrink. I am okay depression wise. I still have back problems. I still have pain. I live on my parents' sailboat right now, and that's why my videos very take long to make because I don't have internet all the time, and when I do have internet, it's slow. So it takes me a while to upload a video for you guys. So can you please show me some love, sub, like, comment, because I rarely get to make videos, and when I do, I really try to do a good job. And see you in the next one. Peace.